Okay. Let's get this up here so you can more light. See what's going on here. Not too much light. There we go. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. As you may or may not know, James Ali Bashir, fondly known here as Uncle James Ali Bashir, has been sucker punched while at the Clarissa Shields, Ivana Habazan weigh-in today, earlier. I found out this information earlier on via Twitter. A gentleman, I don't know who his name is at the time, but thank you very much for that gentleman over Twitter to send me the information about this, where was at the time Bashir was being stretched at the arena. Subsequently, since then, there has been updates. I've been in contact. I've heard from Ivana Habazan. I've spoken to Vlad Soko. And from that, now I can tell you, I haven't spoken to Ivana, but the information I've had now, coming through a grapevine from another reliable source, is that Bashir has had to take emergency surgery. So, yeah, but I'll even give you more further information than that for those people who are concerned about Bashir's health. Let me give you this information. This is what he's actually said. Let me get it for you. Let me get it for you. I want to make sure you get this right for you because I want to give you the accurate information. Okay, this was 13 minutes ago from James Ali Bashir. He says this: I'm about to go under emergency surgery at the Henry Ford Medical Center in Detroit, Michigan, after receiving broken bones in my face. I was severely attacked by a weak, gutless coward from behind. Please pray for my successful recovery. So that's the story that's there. And what people see on the various media outlets is that James Ali Bashir arguing with, we believe, I'm not sure, because I don't know what Clarissa Shields' brother looks like, but it was Clarissa Shields' brother, allegedly, that attacked Bashir. Now, Bashir was having an altercation with someone else. Now, we've known Bashir, just me, you've known Bashir for a number of years. Uncle Bashir has been in this sport for over 40 years. Have you ever known in 40 years for a man like him to behave in that way over 40 years? There are all these know-it-alls. Let me tell you something. Last night around 1 a.m., 1:30 this morning, I was talking to Uncle Bashir. 1:30 this morning. So the fact that today he got sucker punched, I've got another way of putting it, targeted because of this. You know, there's a lot more that led up to that. For me, Bashir, over the 3 days that there had been in America, those 3 days, or they landed, their conditions weren't ideal. The conditions were not ideal. Okay? I can tell you that. And I can also tell you they were so not ideal is that Bashir and Habazan was in a totally different location to where the undercard fighters were, who were in a much better position than Bashir was in with Habazan. The games, all the psychological warfare and the games that Bashir warned us about before this fight happened. Okay, so what led up to Bashir losing his mind, and that what he was, somebody said over Twitter, over one of my YouTube comments, was that he was talking greasy. The reason why he was talking that way led up to it was because he was upset. Bashir's one of these guys who won't hold his tongue and will speak his truth. And when nonsense is going on, he'll speak truth to power. And he just had enough. He'd had enough. And so what happened then, if at any other day, I think, had that happened, maybe Bashir wouldn't have got in and said all that stuff. But after the nonsense that they've been in through, and there's a lot of nonsense, it would be in Ivana Habazan's best interest, A, not to take this fight, B, to get out of America and to go home. It would be in her best interest to leave America and to go back home and then take a lawsuit out for what's going on from her side of things. And as for Bashir, obviously, bodily harm, I don't know if it comes under grievous bodily harm. I don't know what the rules are in America. But I was talking to Bashir last night, and I didn't understand that legally you cannot have a solicitor from New York come in and deal with a situation that's going on in Detroit, Michigan. You can't do that. You have to have, or Flint, Michigan, you have to have you have to have a lawyer from that area. Unlike in England, where if something's kicking off in East London or in London and you're living in Manchester, you could get you could have a Manchester solicitor come down to London, or you could have the solicitor from London go up to Manchester, or you could go across to Scotland, whatever. But in America, you have to have a solicitor for that situation. There's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. So 3 sleepless nights, according to Bashir. 3 sleepless nights. 3 sleepless nights. So you'd be sleep deprived for 3 nights, fighting your fighter to ensure that they get the best deal. I believe Bashir at one point said that he didn't want to stay in the hotel, so he moved Ivana out of the hotel. Yeah, they can do what they want, but it's going to come out one way or the other. If I were Ivana, I would get out of America. So that's just the start of things. There's a lot more stuff that I obviously can't talk about, but I'm just telling you, last night we were going to do an interview. So we were talking. So as you know, I do talk to Bashir. Yeah, and of course there's no mention of what happened. Why would they mention what happened? And the shady dealings and what was going on behind the scenes. But anyway, like I said, he is now, he's got broken cheekbones. So that's going to get resolved. So there's so much. And, you know, I've had to make calls to various people, loved ones to Bashir and for Bashir and stuff like that. So I just hope and pray. First, this fight gets cancelled. I hope the fight doesn't happen. I hope that Ivana Hammerson makes as much money as possible from it. Obviously, that's not, obviously you box and you're rewarded for boxing. That's just true. But what you really, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. The fight should be off. The fight should be off. Hell, the fight should be off. Do you know what I mean? Fight should be off. I've got these clowns going around saying, oh, well, he was talking greasy. So you were talking greasy. So 71, what happened to have respect for the elders? So 71-year-old man is talking to you in a certain way. And it was something that guy, something was said that obviously made Bashir irate. So I haven't seen all the footage, but this is what I'm telling you. So again, just to repeat for you, the news one more time. And this was 13 minutes ago. I'm about to go under surgery, emergency surgery at the Henry Ford Medical Center in Detroit, Michigan, after receiving broken bones in my face. I was severely attacked by a weak, gutless coward from behind. Please pray for my successful recovery. So that is what that's the story. So it's very sad news. Yeah, and I suppose he tried to run off afterwards, the situation. But you think this out a little, calculate this a little bit more and think this out. I mean, you don't have to do rocket sciences to understand. You know, you've got your secret, your weapon is James Ali Bashir. For you to box to strategy on the night, it was a difficult fight as it was for Ivana Habazan fighting the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, a girl that's been boxing since she was a kid compared to Habazan. So she had a monumental challenge ahead of her. And what Ivana's trump card was was James Ali Bashir. Okay, so to have Bashir as her trump card going into that fight, you know, you take out the trainer. Who's Ivana got in America for her now? Who's she got in America? And she's not only just in New York or in Las Vegas. She's in Flint, Michigan. She's in Clarissa Shields' backyard. No amount of money that they give her today to make her fight on Saturday night should be enough. No amount of money. Emotionally, she's not in the right state. Who wants to see their trainer laid out on the deck like that? Supposedly, he got hit in the head, or he got hit, and he hit the ground, boom, and it was out for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And then was put on a stretcher and then taken off to hospital. And then, you know, he told he was going into emergency surgery. Yeah, it's very serious. It's very, very serious. You know, and there's apologists. There are people out there across Twitter that are like, "Oh, I know he's close to you, but what? What do you mean, but? So it's acceptable to go around punching 71-year-olds, is it? I mean, me targeted personally, because you know, you take Bashir out the equation for Ivana Habazan. Do you know? Payday over for the hood rats, and I don't want to get banned either. So please tell your mods to stop it, Ingram. I don't know who my mods are. They won't ban you. So it's not on. I mean, I remember Bashir said two things to me. He said to me, one thing he said to me is that, and I know you lot have probably heard it a lot of times. He said, manage me. And that's what he wanted me to do, manage him. I didn't expect this situation. You know, and then the second thing he said to me is, if there's ever an exclusive, I'll give it to you. Well, why is it these exclusives have to be either somebody completely off their head or off their nut, or some sort of disaster, or they're in hospital? But anyway, let us pray for James Ali Bashir, Uncle Bashir for me. Let's pray for Uncle Bashir that he makes a speedy and safe recovery. He gets the hell out of Flint, Michigan. Gets the hell out of Detroit now. So get the hell out of Detroit and, you know, get himself safe and well. Bashir won't have no tricks. He ain't scared to speak his mind. Of course he won't be. We went to speak last night. So you would have, you know, because Bashir was seriously considering taking Ivana and leaving the country. That's how messed up it was, right? He was trying to leave the country with her because it was that messed up. So that's what I'm trying to suggest to you people, that this build, see, if things were done correctly and done the right way and trying to be sly and slick, it wouldn't have escalated to what we've got now. Because if you go back to how the foundation was set in the beginning, they weren't set right. And I understand you trying to give the champion as much advantages as possible. I get that. A side, B side, I get all that stuff. To boxing fans, they probably don't get it. They see two people get in the ring, going to fight, and that's it. But when so much is on the table, the undisputed champion, right, moving down to light middleweight to win another world title, and Ivana Habazan is there, and yeah, you know, Clarissa Shields is the favorite, but you don't want anything to go wrong. This is a homecoming. You don't want anything to go wrong. So, and then you've got James Ali Bashir training Ivana Habazan. You know, he's an accomplished trainer. So it helps a lot. Let's see what people say there. That cheap shot could have killed him, brother. I've seen that happen. Listen, my own cousin died that way. All right. He got hit in the back of the head and he died. And that was a well-publicized event. Jay Defoe, the brother of Jermaine Defoe, half-brother, hit the back of the head. Him and his friend had an argument in London and punched him in the back of the head. Boom, back of the head. Hit the deck. Went to hospital, died, hemorrhage. So I know that this stuff, getting hit in the head, is not good, right? It's not good. So people are saying here, Yeah, you're a good guy. Thank you so much. I can't believe these stupid idiots considering this rat king behavior. I'm pissed off. I'm annoyed with these fools. These are people. This is the sort of people you have in boxing. This sort of scum you have in boxing that will condone this behavior, condone it, and laughing at a 71-year-old man getting punched in the back of his head. Yeah, so I've had people from the world of boxing, you know, talking. I've been talking to a few of them at the moment just to let them know what's going on. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So I don't know what more to say to you guys and girls out there, but just pray for Bashir that he is going to be safe and well. Pray for Ivana Habazan as well. Yeah, it's not on. Just not right. Just not right. And boxing, remember what I said. This sport is becoming a circus act, and it's coming like WWE. I said this before. Tables, chairs, and ladder matches. Tables flying all over the place. People jumping in the ring, wanting to start fights. Fights happening inside the ring. Trainers punching other boxers. Where is the line being drawn? Where's the line being drawn? Boxing needs far more sanctioning going on with these events. Maybe they just needs to have the trainer, the fighter, the trainer and the fighter at these weigh-ins. No more relatives and stuff like that has to be banned. I don't care. They need to be banned unless you're qualified and you're a trainer. But having said that, Darrell's uncle got in the ring and thumped Getsky, or comment his name is again. The guy that anyway, well, he punched him. So that situation happened. So there needs to be a hefty fine. This guy needs to get the book thrown at him. Truly. Ingram kind of issues made him want to leave. Well, the way they were being treated, they was not being treated correctly. But I'm not in a position to talk about that. But I'm just letting you know the events that would lead up. That's just one of many factors. Okay. So now you can't understand what happens with fighters that, you know, fighting when they went to A side, B side, the sort of stuff that goes on behind the scenes to make it difficult for B side to even have a chance of winning the fight. You can have all the skills in the world, but if for 3 nights in a row you can't get a good sleep, you get sleep deprived, so you can't operate at your best. You know, get a little stuff that's just not on. Steve Cunningham said on Insta he wants to go rounds with the guy who punched Bashir. I hope he does. Did they catch the dude? I suppose it's Clarissa Shields' brother. That's what I understand. He was arrested, apparently. Clarissa claiming it wasn't her brother. Wonder why. Okay, but that's what's allegedly been said. It's her brother. I don't know. It's alleged. Someone claimed it was Shields' brother, but I'm not sure how true it was. Clarissa denied it and said her team weren't even in the vicinity. They were in the changing rooms. How could they have been in the changing rooms? But I don't know. I can't speak. But that's what allegedly it was her brother. Allegedly. Like I said before. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But whoever punched him, you know, that was, you know, to take a fight, to take the most powerful thing a fighter has in their arsenal, which is their trainer. That has to be just, you know, that's targeted for me. So if the trainer was threatening a trainer, why didn't security deal with it? I hope Bashir sues everyone he can. I mean, someone's threatening a trainer. Yeah, well, 71-year-old trainer. Whoever did it had no right to be there. I don't know, but it's not on. It's not acceptable. And of course, as soon as I find any further information out, I will let you know. So, you know, it's not great. So I'll just have to stay by my phone and wait and see what happens. It's not on. So it's hefty money there, man. That's some serious money there. John David Jackson. We've got to cover the backs, innit? They've got to cover their backs, because if they don't cover their backs, they've got to look after their careers. You know, if they don't say the right things, they've got to protect themselves. It's not good. It's not good. So, you know, I just hope Bashir is safe and well, and that he is, you know, because he's you know, I hope he's safe and well. Said they have a replacement. Yeah, that's about right. That is about right. That's about right. That's about right. That's about right. That's about right. So, you know, not on. And, you know, the things people will do to make weight, the lies they will say, because they can't make the weight in time. Sport's disgusting. What Kovalev said about John David Jackson makes you think. Have you seen Carissa's response video? She's trying to put the blame on James Ali Bashir, saying he was cussing out her sister. Shameless. So I do believe there was an altercation between James Ali Bashir and Clarissa Shields' sister. There was an altercation. I don't know what that altercation was about. That I don't know, right? That I don't know. But it's not good. It's not good. All I do know is that someone hit Bashir. Bashir was out for whatever time he was out for 20 minutes. And I can just take it for the fact that he was in a hospital. But regardless, there's no reason why Chris knows damn well who done it. The woman who was dressed as a man was trying to go at Bashir. Well, okay. So there we go. This will unravel for sure, and the truth will come out. And the truth will come out. I just hope Bashir is safe and well at that hospital. So, yeah. I always thought it was a bad move from the start, the fight being made in Michigan or in Flint, Michigan. I always thought it was a bad move, personally. But it is what it is, right? Well, boxing fans, this is the reason why I despise the sport so much. The enjoyment of the sport. You have a good fight, well, there's a good fight. They're looking forward to a great fight between two great fighters. And then this nonsense happens. Just want even playing field. All right, you're the A side, you're the B side. Okay, you know, you're the fighter that everyone says you're the great fighter. Fine, but at least allow the challenger to be, at least give you the best they can. Bashir's mouth was injured, and that's what the surgery is for. Yeah, he's got broken cheekbones, so that's what the surgery is for. So yeah, but at least yeah. I'll keep you updated anyway. You just see him at the start of the video, the full video, which was clearly edited out. There we go. Well, you know why. You know why. And, of course, the weighing, the press conference wasn't televised either. Right. I'm out of here. It's good news it's not brain surgery as well. Thank goodness. But depending on how he landed, you know, we don't know what will happen after that. So we just pray that it's just the cheeks, because he got landed flat. Lots of TV cameras were there on release, the full attack. Well, yeah. Good. Well, the truth will come out. He would have taken a brain scan, no doubt. Yeah. Well, I really, with all due respect, people, I don't really want to talk no more about it. But I'll just stay by my phone and just wait and see what will happen, as you can understand. All right. Thank you all so much. Pray for Bashir. Whoever did it gets the book thrown at them. The fight doesn't happen. And I don't even think a replacement should even be considered for the fight. I'm sorry, because that's just not on. It's not on. I just think that, yeah, I'm going to do a stream in a minute. I'm going to do a football stream in a minute because, my gosh, it wasn't the plan, trust me, for tonight. Anyway, I'm out. We'll talk later.